It's called Identity IQ, and see, if you give us 5 minutes, I'll actually text. I'll text you a link, and see, and all you got to do is go in, see, and sign up for credit monitoring. And like I said, it's gonna cost you $1. And once text us, you see your username and your password, you see, along with the last 4 digits of your social security number. That's going to allow us to get in and take a look. And see, after I get in and take a look, I'll give you a call back and we'll have a real discussion then, because then I'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm headed home from work, so go ahead and send that, and then I'll be home in like an hour or so, and I'll go ahead and get that done.
That's perfect, Papa. That'll be perfect.
All right, cool, thank you.
No problem.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. See, texting the link to Identity IQ. And see, along with my number and everything, so he can text me the information and everything.
Alright everybody, welcome to The Outside Theory, and I'm here with another great guest. I've known him for a very long time. This is Mr. Darris Bembry. How are you doing?
What's up, John?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is a long time coming. We have been wanting to do this for a while. So pretty much how Mr. Darris and I got to know each other is through your daughter Marquis and my best friend Jimmy. They're together, have a beautiful child together, married, but you know, they've been together for about like 13 plus years now, whatever, so our relationship has been that long, and you've always given me advice. And when I first met you, it was, I don't think I even really knew what you were doing at the time, but you were selling cars, I knew that. And then as I got older, I believe it was Daytona Toyota that you were working at when I was there. I guess this is when I came back from college, you know? And then, so there was a moment, and it was hilarious. I'm always gonna remember this. I got my CDL license, but I didn't really want to do that. I wanted to go into business, and I wanted to learn how to sell, and I wanted to learn how to just do numbers and be more office and negotiations and stuff like that. So Jimmy started working at Daytona Toyota, and Nico started working at Daytona Toyota, and I wanted to work there too. And so we were at your house, and you were like, John, I'll give you a job, but you have to quit your job. And you're like, I gotta know if you're serious or not. Like, you know, you can do your job, work where you're at, you know, because it was gonna be like maybe like $500 a week, you know, but it was guaranteed, you know. But you were like selling cars, and you're like, talk to Jimmy and them. It's not gravy, you know. There's weeks when you're in the bucket, and you know it could be dark, and then real dark. And then there's times when, you know, just going back to I've seen $3,000 checks in 1 week, you know, and it's crazy, and you're like, whoa, you know, and you could back to back. But so I called my job. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I felt bad at the time. But I was like, I gotta quit. You know, actually, I will say who it is. It was John Rogers Towing. He got me a job there. He's a cool guy. I love him. And I believe he's county commissioner now, still in his company, but I wanted to sell cars, you know? And I feel like I might have possibly burned a bridge, you know what I mean? But I don't think so, because he's a businessman. He told me, I've talked to him since, he understands, like, this was a good chance. But how long have you been in the car industry?
I've been in the car industry for about 33 years.
33 years.
It's all I've ever really done.
Really?
I started off as a salesperson in Southern California. See, years ago, I walked in, I couldn't talk, I stuttered. I stuttered and had all type of problems. It was probably the best thing I ever did.
Really?
Yes.
Who got you into selling cars? How'd you end up on somebody's lot?
When I was real young in Southern California, I used to run a real high fashion men's clothing store.
Okay.
And we had customers who would come in, spend $2,000-$3,000 a pop.
How young is real young?
I was 20, early 20s.
Okay.
Like 20. Like 20.
Okay.
And basically, I went into a clothing store, and the people who hired me, were Indian. And I had never been around Indian people before. I knew nothing of their culture. They turned out to be some of the greatest people I have ever met in my life.
That's cool.
And the nice part about it is, the son, who was a little older than me, was an excellent salesman. And he taught me the art of salesmanship. I mean, and it's actually an art to it. And he taught it to me. And to be honest with you, I was so grateful for it and thankful. One of my customers, he called me on a regular basis. He called me, one Saturday, and he came in, and we got to talking, and I'm selling him clothes, and we get to talking, and he's like, how you doing here? Are you making enough money? And I'm like, I do okay. I do okay for a young man. I ain't getting rich or nothing. I work a ton of hours and this and that. And he's like, how do you like to sell cars? And I thought about it for a minute. He said, hours are going to be basically the same, but you're going to make a lot more money. I guarantee you that. And I said, one thing led to another. And I took him up on his offer. Before that happened, I actually, I went to apply at a couple of places, and I got turned down because I stuttered. Bad. Real bad. And so I decided, in order to overcome my fears, it was something I had to do. And I kind of became obsessed with it. And with that being said, I went to a training course, at a Buick store in Long Beach, California. Never forget it. It was 6 of us who started in the training course. It was a week training course. And at the end of 6 days, they hired 6 people. I wasn't one of them. Okay. So I left there. Of course, I was broken-hearted, depressed, and all of this. I got to go home and tell my new girl, hey, I didn't get the job after I've been there for a week. I done borrowed money for clothes and this and that to come. And bottom line is I was heartbroken. On the way home, we had to pass, 2 of the biggest car dealerships in the city. One happened to be Greenwood Pontiac, which was a Pontiac store. They sold Pontiacs and Mazdas, Hondas, and had a giant used car lot. And the other was a little sleepy Chrysler store.
Was it like a dirt lot, or?
No. It was a real lot. It was a real lot. The Pontiac store probably sold about 200 to 300 cars a month. The Chrysler store probably did about 78 cars a month. About 70 to 80 cars a month. But it was a single point franchise, and all they had was one product, and that was what you sold.
Okay.
But that was in Downey, California. Downey is a lot like Palm Coast. Okay, it's a lot of older people there, and at the time, Chryslers were big. Everybody wanted to drive a town and country, or something along those lines. So at the time, they were big. I stopped at the Pontiac store first. I stopped at the Pontiac store. I walked in. I was dressed to the hilt. I had on a nice suit, a nice tie. And as soon as I walked in, You see, unbeknown to me, you see, a guy said, "Who's that guy? Somebody needs to hire him." And I looked up at him. I said, "Great, my name's Darris Bembry. You see, and I'm looking for a job." And he said, "Okay, you hired." So well, come to find out, he was the general manager of the store.
Nice.
You see, so me and him hit it off really good. You see, he interviewed me right there on the spot, hired me right there on the spot, told me to be there Monday morning. I said, "Okay, cool." So I left there. I felt a little bit better about myself. You see, but I'm like, wow, that's a big store. It might be too big for me. I don't know what I'm doing and this and that and so forth. You see, so I stopped at the Chrysler store also. You see, I stopped at the Chrysler store. I walked in there. I told them what happened. I went through the training course, this, that, and the other. And they said, "Okay, you hired. Be here Monday morning." So, you see, I went from having 0 jobs to having 2 jobs. And I didn't know which one I was going to go to.
That's usually how it happens.
You see, and I live a quarter of a mile away. You see, I had to come down the same street to get to both of them. And it was a matter of turning right or left. And I didn't know what I was going to do. I got up, I got dressed that Monday, got in the car, I got to the corner, and the car said go right, so I did. See, the car said go right, so I did. See, well, it happened to be one of the greatest moves I ever made.
Yeah.
And see, I went in.
You went to the smaller store.
No, I went to the big store.
Okay.
And see, I went to the big store.
Okay.
And see, I went in and see, I hit it off with a lot of the guys. And see, I hit it off with a lot of the guys. It's because I was the kid, and everybody else was in their mid-20s, early 30s. Some guys in their 40s. So I was the kid, and they could make me do whatever they wanted to when I was stupid enough to do it. Okay. So see, with that being said, you see, I go in, and they stuck me in a room for a week again, and made me watch nothing but videos about cars. I had to learn all the products. You see, so see, for a week I watched all the videos, and see, we came out, and what got me in the car business, you see, was the first sales meeting. You see, we go into this big old room, and you see, the guy who hired me, Billy Vazak's up there talking, and he's having a sales meeting. I had never been to a real sales meeting before. It was crazy, man. See, guys, it was crazy. See, we got 30 adults in a room, and he's talking about how many you got out, how many you got out. See, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. See, well, at the end of the meeting, and see, everybody start beating on the table. We want bonuses, we want bonuses, we want bonuses. And Billy looked at us. See, Billy looked at him. He reached in his pocket and pulled out about $5,000 in $100 bills. I said, "Y'all see this? This is what I got for bonus money this weekend." You see, at the end of the weekend, I don't want to have a dime left. If I do, I'm taking it all back. You see, and everybody started, yeah, started getting excited. And you see, and he said, "And to start you guys off, look up under your chair." You see, he take the $100 bill up under every chair in the room. You see, so you started the weekend off with $100, okay? You see, people start throwing chairs. Chairs were going everywhere. You see, everybody was getting hyped. You see, he reached in his pocket and had the hell with it. And see, he threw another $500 in cash out. And I'm sitting there. I'm a 20-year-old kid. I had never been to a real sales meeting in my life. And I'm watching this happen.
They threw you to the wolves.
Yeah, and I'm watching this happen, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I ever seen in my life. Well, to make a long story short, the weekend starts. The weekend starts on a Saturday. On a Friday morning. It ends on a Saturday. See if you sold 3 cars, you got a $300 bonus. You sold 4 cars over the weekend, you got a $400 bonus. You sold 5 cars over the weekend, you get a $500 bonus. Anything over 5, he pays you $1,000 in cash Monday morning. Okay? See, well, the weekend starts off, and I go out there, and I'm sitting there going, what the hell is going on? And my buddy walks up to me, one of the guys I just met. He walks up to me and says, "Hey man, I'm gonna need your help. I got 2 customers coming in." And see, and none of them wants to buy a car. He's coming with his wife. Guy's real cool. And see, he wants to buy a black Mazda B22. It's in the back. I got it here. It's in the back. I got it here. When he gets here, all you got to do is show it to him because I'm going to be stuck with these other people. Just show it to him and see, and he'll buy it. I'm like, okay, cool. And so the guy comes in, asks for Will, Will gives him to me. I run in the back, I grab the car, I'm all excited, blah, 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 blah. Let's take a test drive, let's do this, let's do that, blah, 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 bing. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm buying the car, relax, slow down. He's like, relax, slow down, I'm buying the car. He said, but before we do the paperwork on this one, I need to go find my wife one also. And I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, so we need to go find her one also. And see, well, she buys, and see, a gold RX-7. You see, I'll never forget it. First 2 cars I ever sold in my life.
Okay, that was another
the
question.
first customer I ever talked to.
Nice.
But see, so with that being said, that started my career in the car business. See, well, to make a long story short, after that weekend was over, I sold 8 cars that weekend. And see, okay, I walked in on Monday morning, and this guy handed me like $3,200 in cash.
Dang.
In cash.
And what year is this?
See, this was in 1984, 85.
Oof. That's a lot of money.
This guy handed me like $3,000, it's like $3,200 in cash. And said, here, Papa, great start. And I'm like, what's this? He said, that's your bonus money. I said, what do you mean by bonus money? He said, wait till you get your commissions. I said, huh? I said, huh? He said, yeah, wait till you get your commissions. That's just your bonuses for the weekend. You killed it. And I'm sitting there going, what just happened? Well, see, my commissions were probably another $4,000. And see, so in 3 days, I made like $7,000. I never made that much money in my life. It's right then I promised myself I'm never doing nothing else in life.
Hilarious.
That was 32 years ago.
That's real.
And
That's real.
let's see, well, so with that being said, that's how I got in the car business.
It's funny how a lot of people have like similar success stories. Like sometimes you'll hear that, but it might be like with a drug dealer or something like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
California, like Los Angeles, you know what I mean? And it's just like we're all like looking for a way out, and we're looking for something that's going to really pay us. You know what I mean? So we don't have to do something crazy.
Exactly.
And so that was, like you said, 33 years ago. What made you decide to come over to the East Coast? What brought you over here? And then I'm also going to ask you, in your opinion, which one's better?
You see, I moved to Florida on accident. Okay.
Okay.
You see, I bought my first house here. You see, I bought my first house here in 2002. I was living in Oxnard, California, on the beach.
That sounds really nice.
Yeah, see, Oxnard, California, and Palm Coast are in the exact same spots. If you look at a map, one side is Oxnard, the other side is Palm Coast, and they're just about in the same area.
Okay.
And they're both right on the beach.
Nice.
You see, so I was living in Oxnard, was working for a dealership there, had been there for years. Had been there for a few years, was getting kind of burnt out. Had purchased a home in Oxnard probably 5 years before that. Purchased my first home in Oxnard. Had it built from the ground up. Beautiful house.
Nice.
I loved it. But the real estate market in Oxnard was going nuts. I mean,
Up nuts or down nuts?
up nuts.
Okay.
Up nuts.
So there's a lot of money in your face.
Yeah.
Okay.
And basically, a lot of my friends were getting out of the we're getting out of the car business, because the majority of us are finance managers. We were getting out of the car business and starting to do mortgages. Well, I see, I'm going to mortgage school along with being a finance manager at a car dealership. One day I'm sitting at work playing on the internet, doing my homework while I'm at work. And I see a house on the internet for $72,000.
Nice.
And I'm like, it's a misprint. 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Is that good at that time?
Let me finish. Okay. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in Oxford. It's I didn't know where it was at. It's but 3-bedroom, 2-bath, about 1,400 square feet, and it's $72,000. See, well, I lived in Oxnard. In Oxnard on the beach. Oxnard on the beach is like living in, say, Hammock Dunes.
Right.
See, I mean, it's the $1 million houses, and
right.
See, everything in my neighborhood, was probably $400,000 to $800,000.
Mm-hmm.
See, so I can't get my driveway done for $72,000. So I called the guy. I'm just playing around. I called the guy, hey buddy, you got a misprint on here. Get this thing out of here. This thing caught my attention twice.
Mm-hmm.
See, guy looking, nah, it ain't a misprint. What do you mean it ain't a misprint? Say it ain't a misprint. I said, what's wrong with it? Nothing. Need carpet, need paint, that's about it. I said, man, you crazy. I said, you crazy. Something gotta be wrong with it. He said, nah, nothing wrong with it, just need carpet and paint. He said, where you at, son? I said, I'm in California on the beach. He said, oh, this ain't for you. What do you mean it ain't for me? He said, this ain't for you, I'm on the other side. I said, what do you mean you on the other side? He said, you ever been to Florida? I said, no. He said, get yourself a map and put one finger on Jacksonville and put the other one on Daytona. Right there in the middle is a brand new place they just built called Palm Coast. That's where this house is. I said, okay. I said, all right, no problem. I said, all right, no problem. And I don't pay it a whole lot of mind. So I hang up the phone with him. And I run the numbers on $72,000, how much it's going to be. I said, well, the house payment was like $356. You know? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah. Okay, no problem. So the next day, I'm back on the internet. I see this house again. So I call the old dude back, and I'm like, hey. Is this guy flexible at $72,000? I'm just playing. Yeah. I'm like, is this guy flexible? He's like, nah, I think he's pretty firm, Mr. Bembry. And I said, well, do me a favor. Just for the hell of it. Mm-hmm. Offer him $69,000. Mm-hmm. And he said, okay, but I don't think he's gonna do it. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, just for the hell of it, offer it to him. The guy called me back the next day, Mr. Bembry, I told you he was pretty firm. I said, all right, no big deal, man. This didn't mean nothing to me. I was just playing anyway. Mm-hmm. So make a long story short, he said, but before you hang up, if you pay $70, you own it. I'm like, $1,000, man? He's like, yeah. I thought about it for like 5 minutes, pulled out a credit card, gave him a deposit, and I bought the house.
How much of a down payment you put down?
Like $5,000.
Okay.
So after that, I bought the house. I haven't told my wife. Haven't told my kids. Haven't told my wife. Haven't told my kids. Haven't told anybody. So I go home and I'm excited. I'm kind of excited about it. So I go home, I look at the wife, and I'm like, so what are we doing for vacation this year? And she say, I don't know. What do you want to do? And so I say, I got a great idea. Let's take the kids to Disney World in Florida. And she said, great idea. So, of course, I make the reservations here in Palm Coast. And we do the first couple of days in Disney. After that, I'm trying to find this little house. And so, I tell the mailbox.
Does she know yet?
No, she still don't know. Don't nobody know. I'm driving around the neighborhood trying to find this little house. I told the realtor, leave the for sale sign up, leave the keys in the mailbox. Mm-hmm. So I walk up to it and I'm like, come on, let's go look at this house. Mm-hmm. And so once I finally find it, it's in the middle of the woods. Nice. So I'm like, I find the house and we walk in, I open the door, we walk in, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I mean, all new appliances, not bad. Needed carpet, needed paint. Exactly what the old guy said. Mm-hmm. And see, my wife looks at me and she's like, well, what are we doing? Why are we in these people's house? What are we doing? I look at her, I say, what do you think? She says, it's a nice little house, need carpet, need paint. You know? And see, I say, good. I throw her the keys. You own it.
It's hard.
She looks at me and has a conniption fit. Are you crazy? We live in California. I'm not moving to Florida. There's bugs, there's alligators, this, that, and the other. And see, well, I'm like, okay, hush, just slow it down. And see, because your car payment is twice as much as this house, so shut up. You know, I'll figure out something to do with it if I have to. Well, make a long story short, 3 days later, they have the parade of homes. Mm-hmm. She goes out to the parade of homes. I stayed home. Mm-hmm. She comes back from the parade of homes and she got the little giggly wigglies now. You know? And she's like, come on, we gotta go see this house, we gotta go see this house. Well, let's see, I didn't pay it no mind and so forth and so on. Well, to make a long story short, so we went to Melbourne and found the house we live in now.
Okay.
See, house we live in now, if I put it next to my house in Southern California where I live, mm-hmm. See, I could have got $2 million for it, easy. Mm-hmm. Easy. Mm-hmm. And see, I called the realtor on this house and bing, one thing happened, another thing happened, he made a mistake and so forth and so on. Well, I wound up buying this house. And that's how I wound up in Florida. Mm-hmm. Now, which one's better? People, see, the people and the culture, and just all around this, I love California. Don't get me wrong, I love Mexican food. Mm-hmm. I mean, please, I love the Hispanic culture. Mm-hmm. I love everything about California except the prices. Okay? Except the prices.
And the taxes and stuff?
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. Now, see, Florida, when I first got here, see, I thought all y'all were geeky people, buddy. I didn't think any of y'all could talk.
Like see, Southern country slave talk?
See, it was like, when I first came here from Southern California, it was almost like you went back in time like 5 years. Mm-hmm. Because everything was a lot more relaxed, a lot more comfortable. People would remember, it wasn't the constant rush to get from here to there, to do this, to do that, to do this. It was just relaxed and comfortable. Mm-hmm. It took me a while to get used to it. Now I love it. Mm-hmm. See, so which one do I like better? I can't really say.
I hear you on that. So, we're about to get into the credit repair side of it. So you've been selling cars for a long time. Now, this might be going down a hole, but when did credit always affect cars? Like
yes.
even back in the 80s and stuff
yes.
like that?
Yes. See, bottom line is credit affects everything you do in life. Mm-hmm. It's everything. Okay. See where you live, how much insurance you pay, how much interest you pay on loans, see how much your car insurance is. See, credit affects everything. Okay. And bottom line is, unfortunately, a lot of us weren't gifted with, parents who knew a lot about credit. Mm-hmm. So we had to learn on our own. Right. Unfortunately, I learned the hard way, but mm-hmm. But bottom line is, credit is, so I'll put it to you like this. You know the old guys always say cash is king? Mm-hmm. Okay. If cash is king, credit is queen. Mm-hmm. Okay? Right. Now, you know the old guys also say, what? A happy what? Makes a happy life.
A happy wife makes a happy life.
The queen makes a happy life. Okay. That's a good point. Which means that in the old days, everything was all about how much cash you have. Mm-hmm. Now it's all about how much credit you have. Okay. And because things have gotten so expensive now to where, you can't just go out and pay cash for everything. And if you can't pay cash for it, you have to borrow the money from somewhere.
If you're borrowing money from somewhere, they want to make a profit on their money. You see, people with bad credit, you see, pay a lot more profit than people with good credit.
That makes sense. So, pretty much, like, you know, some people have been asking the question, would you rather $100,000 or an 800 credit score?
See, me personally, that's a perfect question. I'm going to walk you through that $100,000 in about 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
You see, okay. See, you get $100,000. You see, okay. First thing you're going to do is what? Buy a house. So what's the second thing you're going to do?
Buy a car.
Let's buy a car. You see, okay. So, so you take, $20,000 to put your down payment on your house. Sound about right? So you put $5,000 down on the car. Sound about right? So you got $100,000 in the bank. It ain't gonna be a cheap car.
Right.
Okay. You see, so you're gonna have a $500 a month payment on that car. You see, you're probably gonna pay $100 a month in insurance, right? I want you to add this up in your head for me, okay?
Okay.
See, you have a $2,000, no, a $1,500, let's see, house payment.
Okay.
It's because you bought a $150,000, $200,000 house, you put $20,000 down, that gives you a $1,500 house payment. You got a $500 car payment. And you pay $100 for insurance. See, that's $2,100 every month, okay? See, 2,100 times 12 is $24,000. You see that $100,000 that you got is gone in 3 years. 3 years. Do the math. Okay. You see, $25,000 a year. You see, in car payments and insurance.
And that's with a good, like, APR rating.
Yes, and
like
that's with a decent credit score. You see, but
100,000 with my credit score, they're eating that alive.
you see, but bottom line is that $100,000 is gone in 3 years, and you still got a car payment and a house payment that you got to pay after that 3 years is up. See now, you take that same 800 credit score, and see, you work and you save yourself $5,000. It might take 10 now. You see, but you buy yourself a duplex. See, you rent one side out. See, you have them pay your rent for the next 3 years. You see, within that 3 year period, you see the house appraises. You see the house goes up every year. You see, you now have $50,000 in value, and you haven't paid $2,000 a month or $1,500 a month to live. Somebody else has done it for you. I think I take the 800 credit score.
That's true.
That's me.
That's true. That's true. So, when people get into even thinking about credit, into that, like, I guess, stream of consciousness,
Mindset, okay.
the mindset, you know, I asked you this question, you know, I was like, okay, so what my original goal was, I was like, you know, let's say somebody has a 650 credit score and 5,000 in cash, and they want to, like, get, like, an investment property or something. And what did you tell me? I said, what? And they come to you and they're asking, like, hey, what do you think I should do?
Not buy property with with only $5,000 and a 650 credit score. See, you're not ready yet.
Okay.
See, you're not ready yet. See, bottom line is, the $5,000 is gone already. See, that's already gone, and see, you're not going to be able to get into an investment property with $5,000 that's going to be profitable for you. And see, the best thing to do with that is, I don't know if you personally own property or not. But what I would do is look into buying something for myself, that I could possibly live in and rent the other side out, and get an income from it.
Okay.
You see, with that being said, develop your credit score a little bit more. Save a little bit more money. To where you can buy yourself a duplex.
Right.
You can rent one side out. You can live in the other side. Now you have an income, appreciation, and still good credit.
That's true.
That's what it's all about. Is being able to live without paying. Without paying through the nose to it.
Yeah, that's definitely what the plan is, because kind of like a rat race that they have us in, things are just getting more and more expensive on the renter side.
And they're going to continue to, and it's a reason for it. They're going to continue to, and it's a reason for it.
Is it gentrification?
No, it's not gentrification. It's basically here, especially here in Florida, the housing market right now is so thin to where they want you out there renting. Why do you think they're putting up brand new complexes everywhere? That they don't want you buying homes. It's a reason you weren't taught any of this in school.
That's true.
You gotta realize something. You can go to school to be a doctor. You can go to school to be an engineer. You can go to school to be any of those things. But none of those things actually teach you financial literacy, which is what it takes in order to make it now. And it's something that's not taught in school, and it's a reason why it's not taught in school. The reason is, the less you know, the more they can charge you. Who runs all of the stuff? I mean, really think about it. Who runs it? Where does the big money come from?
Corporations.
Thank you. And corporations, they want you to go to school for 4 years, and they want you to get excellent at your craft, whatever it is, so you can come and work for them.
Right.
So you can come and work for them. Not so you can build something for yourself, so you can come and work for them. And unfortunately, that's what her generation is built on. You gotta realize. Her generation was taught. You go to school. You graduate from high school. You go to college. You do your 4 years in college. After you do your 4 years in college, it's going to be a nice little job waiting on you. You're going to make 60, 80 grand a year. And you start your life, you buy your home, you do this, and you got the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you personally know who've done their 4 years in college and did all of that and has the American dream?
I'd say maybe like 10%.
And it's a reason why. Because even that 10% is still struggling because now they're paying back $80,000 to $100,000 to the government in student loan debt. So where do you think the government gets their money? Why do you think it's designed for you? For every red-blooded American to go to school for 4 years on the government's money. Because the government gets to charge you taxes, they get to charge you interest, and it's a constant flow of income for them.
And it's like how much they're paying, and then we owe them back $100,000.
Correct.
That's crazy. So that's one thing that I really like about custom credit repair and counseling. When you and Jimmy got me interested in it about a year or two ago, and it's that you guys really show people how they can take advantage of their credit and really use it to their advantage and leverage different things. I know Ronnie was telling me about it also, about using it for frequent flyer miles and staying at hotels and getting deals and bonuses when you buy it, and when you use it for gas and different things. And it's there's a lot of things people just don't even know.
It's all about education, though. It's all about
Exactly.
education. And to be 100% honest with you, and I hate to use this word, but it's 100% true. A lot of us are ignorant to the fact of credit.
Mm-hmm.
When I say ignorant, I don't mean you're dumb. I don't mean you're stupid. You just don't know.
Right.
You gotta realize.
No one's taught you.
Yeah.
Nobody around you knows about it
Right.
either, so how can they teach you about it?
Right, buddy, you gotta realize something. I looked at 10 different credit applications every day for 30 years.
Right.
I looked at credit reports every day for 30 years. I know them like the back of my hand. I know what makes them tick. I know what makes them good. I know what makes them bad. I know how to fight them. I know how to fight them. You see, the law basically says, let's see, so let's get into credit. Bottom line is, let's just do this. But let's see, bottom line is, it's 3 major credit bureaus out there. Equifax, TransUnion, it's Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They are companies that are privately owned companies who do one thing. All they do is report information. That's their only job, is to report information. You see, the creditors pay them to use their services, to acquire information. For that, they require that you report to them. See, so it's a big circle.
Right, I get.
It's a big circle. And bottom line is, it's basically anything that is reported to your credit, if you feel that it is inaccurate in any shape, way, form, or fashion, you have the right, per the Fair Administration Act, to dispute it. And when you dispute things with the credit bureaus, they have to respond to it. And most people don't know that. And depending upon how you dispute things, depends upon whether they stay on your credit, whether they get removed, whether they get updated. And those are the things that we teach people. We teach people how to start credit, how to improve your credit, how to get lines of credit. Right now, it's a lot of companies out there such as Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Credit.com, Privacy Guard, all of these credit monitoring companies now. What they all did is they found out that people are starting to get educated about their credit. So they can make a lot of money by showing people what their credit is. It's because 5 years ago, unless you went to go buy something or work for a bank, you didn't know what your credit was. You had no clue.
Right.
The banks found out, okay, these people are starting to get educated, let's make some money off of it. Credit Karma, all of those things are what's actually called FICO scores. PACA scores. That's what I call it.
FICO scores?
PACA scores. Because there's only one true FICO score, and it's a Fair Isaac credit score is what it is. And it's developed by a company called Fair Isaac. And they give you 3 reports, and it's in their numbered reports. This is by all of the credit bureaus. And they have their own algorithm that they use to figure out what it's going to be. All of these other companies jumped on the bandwagon and made their own scoring system to look just like a FICO score. And they report your credit, but a lot of them are expensive now to where, you can't just go out and pay cash for everything. And if you can't pay cash for it, you have to borrow the money from somewhere. If you're borrowing money from somewhere, they want to make a profit on their money. People with bad credit, pay a lot more profit than people with good credit.
That makes sense. So, pretty much like, some people have been asking the question, would you rather $100,000 or an 800 credit score?
Me personally, that's a perfect question. I'm going to walk you through that $100,000 in about 2 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay. You get $100,000. Okay. First thing you're going to do is what? Buy a house. So what's the second thing you're going to do?
Buy a car.
Let's buy a car. Okay. So you take $20,000 to put your down payment on your house. Sound about right? So you put $5,000 down on the car. Sound about right? You got $100,000 in the bank. It ain't gonna be a cheap car.
Right.
Okay. So you're gonna have a $500 a month payment on that car. And you're probably gonna pay $100 a month in insurance, right? I want you to add this up in your head for me, okay?
Okay.
see, you have a $2,000, no, a $1,500, let's see, house payment.
Okay.
It's because you bought $150,000, $200,000 house payment. You got a $500 car payment. And you pay $100 for insurance. See, that's $2,100 every month. Okay? See, 2,100 times 12 is $24,000. See that $100,000 that you got is gone in 3 years. 3 years. Do the math. Okay? You see, $25,000 a year. You see, in car payments and insurance.
And that's with a good, like, APR rating and
Yes,
stuff
and that's
like
with a
that.
decent credit score. You see, but
100,000 with my credit score, they're eating that alive.
see, but bottom line is that $100,000 is gone in 3 years, and you still got a car payment and a house payment that you got to pay after that 3 years is up. See now, you take that same 800 credit score, and see, you work and you save yourself $5,000. It might take 10 now. You see, but you buy yourself a duplex. See, you rent one side out. See, you have them pay your rent for the next 3 years. You see, within that 3 year period, you see the house appraises. You see the house goes up every year. You see, you now have $50,000 in value, and you haven't paid $2,000 a month or $1,500 a month to live. Somebody else has done it for you. I think I'll take the 800 credit score.
That's true.
That's me.
That's true. That's true. So, when people get into even thinking about credit, into that, like, I guess, stream of consciousness,
Mindset, okay.
the mindset, you know, I asked you this question, you know, I was like, okay, so what my original goal was, I was like, you know, let's say somebody has a 650 credit score and 5,000 in cash, and they want to, like, get, like, an investment property or something. And what did you tell me? I said, what? And they come to you and they're asking, like, hey, what do you think I should do?
Not buy property with only $5,000 and a 650 credit score. See, you're not ready yet.
Okay.
See, you're not ready yet. See, bottom line is, the $5,000 is gone already. See, that's already gone. And see, you're not going to be able to get into an investment property with $5,000 that's going to be profitable for you. And see, the best thing to do with that is, see, I don't know if you personally own property or not. And see, but see, what I would do is look into buying something for myself, see that I could possibly live in and rent the other side out, and see get an income from it.
Okay.
And see, with that being said, develop your credit score a little bit more, save a little bit more money, and see to where you can buy yourself a duplex.
Right.
You can rent one side out. You can live in the other side. See, now you have an income, appreciation, and still good credit.
That's true.
That's what it's all about. Is being able to live without paying, without paying through the nose to live.
Yeah, that's definitely what the plan is, because kind of like a rat race that they have us in, and things are just getting more and more expensive on the renter side.
And they're going to continue to, and it's a reason for it. They're going to continue to, and it's a reason for it.
Is it gentrification?
No, it's not gentrification. It's basically here, especially here in Florida, the housing market right now is so thin to where they want you out there renting. How do you think they're putting up brand new complexes everywhere? That they don't want you buying homes. It's a reason you weren't taught any of this in school.
That's true.
See, you gotta realize something. See, you can go to school to be a doctor. You can go to school to be an engineer. You can go to school to be any of those things. See, but none of those things actually teach you financial literacy, which is what it takes in order to make it now. And it's something that's not taught in school, and it's a reason why it's not taught in school. The reason is, the less you know, the more they can charge you. Who runs all of the stuff? mean, really think about it. Who runs it? Where does the big money come from?
Corporations.
Thank you. And corporations, they want you to go to school for 4 years, and they want you to get excellent at your craft, whatever it is, so you can come and work for them.
Right.
So you can come and work for them. You see, not so you can build something for yourself. You see, so you can come and work for them. And unfortunately, see, that's what, see, her generation is built on. See, you gotta realize, see, her generation was taught, see, you go to school, see, you graduate from high school, see, you go to college, see, you do your 4 years in college. After you do your 4 years in college, it's gonna be a nice little job waiting on you, where you're gonna make 60, 80 grand a year, and see, you start your life, you buy your home, you do this, and you got the American dream. How many people do you personally know who've done their 4 years in college and did all of that and has the American dream?
You know, I'd say maybe like 10%.
And it's a reason why. See, because it's even that 10% is still struggling, because see, now they're paying back $80,000 to $100,000 to the government in student loan debt. So where do you think the government gets their money? See, why do you think it's designed for you? And see, for every red-blooded American to go to school for 4 years on the government's money. Because the governments get to charge you taxes, they get to charge you interest, and it's a constant flow of income for them.
And it's like how much they're paying, and then we owe them back $100,000.
Correct.
That's crazy. So that's one thing that I really like about custom credit repair and counseling. When you and Jimmy got me interested in it about a year or two ago, and it's that you guys really show people how they can take advantage of their credit and really use it to their advantage and leverage different things. I know Ronnie was telling me about it also, about, you know, using it for frequent flyer miles and staying at hotels and getting deals and bonuses when you buy it, and when you use it for gas and different things. And it's there's a lot of things people just don't even know.
It's all about
you know?
education, bud. It's all about education. And to be 100% honest with you, and I hate to use this word, you see, but it's 100% true. A lot of us are ignorant to the fact of credit. And you see, when I say ignorant, I don't mean you're dumb. I don't mean you're stupid. You just don't know.
Right.
You see, you gotta realize.
No one's taught you.
Yeah.
Nobody around you knows about it
Right.
either. So how can they teach you about it?
Right. See, buddy, you gotta realize something. I looked at 10 different credit applications every day for 30 years.
Right.
I looked at credit reports every day for 30 years. I know them like the back of my hand. I know what makes them tick. I know what makes them good. I know what makes them bad. I know how to fight them. I know how to fight them. You see, the law basically says, let's see, so let's get into credit. Bottom line is, let's just do this. But let's see, bottom line is, it's 3 major credit bureaus out there. Equifax, see TransUnion. It's Equifax, see TransUnion, and Experian. They are companies that are privately owned companies who do one thing. All they do is report information. That's their only job, is to report information. You see, the creditors pay them to use their services, you see, to acquire information. For that, they require that you report to them. See, so it's a big circle.
Right. I get.
It's a big circle. And bottom line is, it's basically anything that is reported to your credit, if you feel that it is inaccurate in any shape, way, form, or fashion, you have the right, per the Fair Administration Act, to dispute it. And when you dispute things with the credit bureaus, they have to respond to it. And most people don't know that. And depending upon how you dispute things, see, it depends upon whether they stay on your credit, whether they get removed, whether they get updated. And those are the things that we teach people. See, we teach people how to start credit, how to improve your credit, how to get lines of credit. See, right now, it's a lot of companies out there such as Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Credit.com, Privacy Guard, all of these credit monitoring companies now. See, what they all did is they found out that people are starting to get educated about their credit. Mm-hmm. See, so they can make a lot of money by showing people what their credit is. It's because 5 years ago, unless you went to go buy something or work for a bank, you didn't know what your credit was. You had no clue.
Right.
The banks found out, okay, these people are starting to get educated. Let's make some money off of it. See, Credit Karma, all of those things are what's actually called FICO scores. TACA scores. That's what I call it.
FICO scores?
FICO scores. Mm-hmm. You see, because there's only one true FICO score, and it's a Fair Isaac credit score is what it is. And it's developed by a company called Fair Isaac. And they give you 3 reports, and it's in their numbered reports. It's by all of the credit bureaus. Mm-hmm. And they have their own algorithm that they use to figure out what it's going to be. All of these other companies jumped on the bandwagon and made their own scoring system, to look just like a FICO score, and they report your credit. But a lot of them are half accurate. Some are accurate. But it's not a true FICO score.
Right.
And that's what gets a lot of people confused is they look at their Credit Karma score, and it's a 60, and then they go try to buy a house and they tell them it's a 540, and they're like, well, what happened? That's the difference.
Right. So what's the lowest that you can get, and what's the highest that you can get?
See, the lowest credit score you can have is a 300. The highest credit score you can have right now is an 850.
Okay.
That leaves 550 points. Those 550 points are divided up into 5 different categories.
Poor. Great.
Basically, you are 100% right. You want to know why? Because an 850 credit score, to a 740 credit score, is considered an A. Mm-hmm. A 740 to a 680 is considered a B. A 680 to a 620 is considered a D. A 580 and below is an F. So it's just like your report card when you went to school. And basically what they do to determine that is they use 5 different factors. Your credit history, your credit capacity, how long you've had your credit, the different types of credit that you had, and how many inquiries you've had. And those are the 5 things that determine your FICO score. All of those categories have a certain percentage of points. And those can be maneuvered. I'll put it to you like that. And that's what affects your FICO score. And that's what affects your credit score. And that's what we are very good at doing.
Yes, you guys are very good. It was actually just this morning somebody said, I want to read it word for word. I don't even want to mistake it. But they heard that we were going to do a podcast with Mr. Darris, and he said he's a very smart man. He helped me get where I needed to be to finance a house after my credit tanked. And there's just numerous amount of stories that have taken on place about that, and you're fixing my credit right now. We just started about a month ago. You say it takes about 3 to 6 months?
About 3 to 6 months is the normal time.
Okay.
The normal time frame. And basically what we do is we have you go to a credit monitoring company. We like Identity IQ. and see, we get access to all 3 of your credit reports. See, the next thing that we do is we do what's called a credit analysis, where we basically break your credit down line for line for line, and we figure out everything that's positive and everything that's negative on your credit. After that, see, we call you and we do a consultation with you, and we basically go over your credit with you, what's correct, what's incorrect, what do you remember, what do you don't remember. See, from that point, we draft up dispute letters to send out to all 3 of the credit bureaus, and we send them out. See, 30 days from then, the credit bureaus respond to you, and when they respond, they'll either verify the account or they'll remove the account, one or the other. Okay, and every now and then, see, they'll update the account. That's our first round of letters. Our second round of letters, basically, if they verify the account, is to ask for validation, which is some kind of proof that you owe the account and how much you owe, and if it is correct. If they validate the account, then we nitpick it. If they pass that test, then we negotiate with them. See, so it's about a 3 to 6 month process, see, depending upon what's on your credit and what has to be done. You see, but see, it's a lot of different strategies out there, you see, that who can use to dispute items on your credit report.
Okay, so we were talking about having a contest, and pretty much, well, how do I explain this? It has a $600 value because of the price of the plan, but you're giving it out for free.
That's correct.
Right, to somebody who is going to follow the page. They sign up, you know, just put your email address in, go through and share it onto their Facebook page.
Basically what we do, guys, see, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a free credit repair course to whoever helps us out.
Okay.
See, and what we're doing is, all you have to do is go on, like our page, first of all. So like our page, sign up for our 21-day free credit repair course.
Right.
It's completely free, guys. It doesn't cost you a dime. It'll come in your email. And like our page, see, at the end of 3 days, see, we're going to go in and pick a winner, and we'll call them and let them know.
Okay. I really appreciate you sitting down with me for this time and giving away all this free knowledge. You told me something a while ago about, you know, this credit company, you know, some people feel like you're doing it, not you personally, but people who do custom credit report, that they do it for money. But once again, I've heard from so many different people, and me myself, that it's more just about helping people get their credit so that they can buy homes, because this is something that all people need to do. This is something I feel like is basic. We should own our own homes that we live in. That's actually one of the 48 laws of power, and I know it's in a lot of different books, you know, own the domain in which you live in. What would you say is a couple of the main values for getting you into this company and the reasons?
See, I walked away from a very lucrative career to do this. Okay, and bottom line is, I'm passionate about what I do, and it's a lot of young people out here, who need the guidance. See, they just have no one to actually hold their hand and walk them through it. That's what custom credit repair is designed to do. See, we're actually coming up with a brand new home loan pre-approval program. To where if you're interested in purchasing a home within the next 90 days, you need to get in contact with us. Because basically, they're going to show you step by step exactly what to do in order to buy a home within the next 6 months. And that includes cleaning up your credit. Please follow us or like us on Facebook, and we appreciate you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Darris. You guys have a great day.